What we know about food may not just be quite enough in order for us to fully grasp the concept of health nutrition and its practical application in order to get rid of diseases. In recent years, we stepped closer to this idea and began to explore the field with quite significant results, which, however, vary from case to case. People around the world are very open to embrace the concept of nutrition as medicine. However, this movement is at the state of development and is not yet fully articulated. We recognize and commonly focus on the side of the food which describes its physical properties and components. We analyze them, compare them with the same ones in our test results in the attempt to satisfy the deficiency or decrease the overage. Physical expression of the food is only one dimension. We analyze it, split and study its components separately. This dimension does provide objective data, but often gets impractical. Still, it is one-sided and does not show the picture in its entirety. The other side exists, and it has existed for thousands of years, unlike the modern-day medicine. This is energy aspect of food, which construes the other part of science and nutrition and nicely completes it. Oriental medical systems had it very well articulated, down to a fine detail. In fact, it could itself be considered a science. However, the western part of the world is only recently begun to adopt these concepts, and yet they remained largely misunderstood and sometimes even thought of as anti-scientific. However, people who understand it begin to better understand the nature of their imbalances and diseases. This knowledge is a powerful tool that provides the ultimate opportunity to reclaim health naturally and be able to prevent and reverse many of the health conditions. Now, before we discuss this, let's agree what balance in nutrition means to us. There are many ways we measure balance in nutrition. Let's mention some of them. We'll begin with the physical, as is commonly known and the most accepted one. The balance of nutrients in a meal is defined by specific ratios of three main food groups, which are carbs, fats, and proteins. The basis to establish the recommended norms depend on individual requirements that vary from person to person, depending on their lifestyle, health condition that shows through test results, and activity level. Hardly anybody refers to personal physiological constitution as a defining factor to establish the nutritional requirements. Nowadays, this is rarely used. However, in older days, even in Western medicine, the constitution was classified into three main types. These three types are hyposthenic, normasthenic, and asthenic. We will come back to them in the next video. Balance is always the equilibrium between two or more parts of one, but always one, whole complete unit. Balance in terms of nutrition would mean much more than common physical, one-sided balance between food groups and nutrients. Let's mention the other kinds of balance, uncommon but utterly significant. First one is prana balance, the presence of life force. This balance is the highest of all. Second is the yin and yang balance, which is the energetic potency, the balance of oppositions, warming, cooling, constricting, expanding, and so on. Number 3, doshic balance, based on three Ayurvedic principles, Vata, Pitta, and Kapha, air, fire, earth. In other words, we can compare these energies to conduction, transformation, and stabilization types of energies. Three energetic principles of material nature made up of 5 universal elements. Now comes the physical balances, the pH balance, the acid-base balance, the physical manifestation of yin-yang balance based on opposites. Number 5, caloric count, if we may even call it a type of balance. It is the amount of warmth released by breaking down physical part of the food. 1 gram of carbs and proteins equal to 4 calories. So here's the question. By this indicator, what is the difference what we eat, carbs or proteins? It's just a rhetorical. Fats are 9 calories per gram and alcohol 7 calories per gram. It measures the amount of warming energy that we get from digesting the physical part of the food, kind of like fossil fuel without energy expression. And here at this point is what we call the balance between the gross physical food groups, carbs, proteins and fats, and other wonderful nutrients that we all know, vitamins, minerals, enzymes, and so on. Each one of these kinds of balance is significant. Each one opens great horizons for consideration. Without the energy aspect, the knowledge of nutrition is incomplete and limiting. When you begin to understand energies, you feel like all colors of rainbow come full and clear. The puzzle is finally put together. Allopathic medicine does not use food as therapeutic approach and does not fully grasp the real power of food in terms of treatment of a disease. Oriental medicine, on the other hand, puts this aspect forth as the most important in healing process, aside of mental one. Concepts of nutrition are fundamental and are always resorted to as primary healing modality.